What's up, guys? Tonight started wrong already. We are going to wire tonight we are going to wire the starter button. I don't have, as you know, I don't have anything. I have this single button I bought on eBay, Amazon, eBay, same thing. And I'm gonna show you how I'm wiring this, how the relay to the starter works, and how we're gonna wire the alternator and put that in place. So let me put the camera here. First thing you need to know is if you get a button like this, it would have five prongs on the bottom, and the further prong is the negative. So I just wire the negative right there, that's here, and I put a heat shrink in here, as you see. Then the side ones, so if you look like this, if you're getting the same button, this is gonna work perfectly for you. So the middle one, the further left, so the negative is pointing at me, the ground is pointing at me, right? And I have 4 prongs that way. The one on the left is the constant, so this is the one that goes to the battery. The second one, which is the one on the outside, this guy here, right, is the light for the switch. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna, as you see, I just took a little bit of the insulation here, and I'm gonna put them together, right? So I solder in here already. Now I'm gonna put them together, I'm gonna solder them, and then I'm gonna put a heat shrink here, which means this is gonna be on all the time, and when I press the button, it's going to activate the car, like right? So then you have the in the center I have 3 of them, normally open, normally close, and constant. So constant is the one that goes to the battery, and normally open is the one that happens when you press the button. Normally close is the one that happens when you take your finger out of there. So right now I would have 12 volts on this prong in here, and when I press the button I have 12 volts in the middle one. So I'm gonna solder this, and let's put it back in the panel. Okay, as you see here, my panel is down. I have, oh, my cat is almost on my solder iron. Okay, and then I'll put this in there. The only downside of this is I should wrap this before putting this button, because once I do that I won't be able to take it out of there anymore. But anyway, I'm gonna do anyways, because I'm running against time here, because I have till tomorrow morning 10 a.m. to register myself to the race, or not going at all. So yeah. This here. Alright, so we're gonna put the ring in there. Before I go too far in there, I'm gonna bring this button here, and I'm gonna solder that. There you go. Nice and shiny. And this here actually has 12 volt in it, which is no good to keep it open like this. So what I'm gonna do is I am going to put a little tape in there, or even a little piece of heat shrink. And shrink it down. There you go. And done. And now we have the positive, which I'm gonna get a switch power, which is inside here. So I'm gonna get one of those. There you go. And we're gonna put some tape in here just for now. Okay. This is only going to start the relay. Now I'm gonna get the negative. So it's very simple. Positive, negative, and when you press a button, signal gets in here. This here is gonna trigger the relay to the starter. So let's get a negative ground wire. There you go. Let's get this one. This one is open already. Alright. So when I turn on, I'm gonna hold this here. So when I turn this switch on, this button should light up. Ooh. Now when I press the button, 12 volts should get in here. So let me get the multimeter. I'm gonna put on 20 volts. I'm gonna ground this in here, and I'm gonna put this guy right in here. So you're gonna see when I press a button, if my fingers are there, yep, 12 volts. Can you see? Now I let it go. 0. 12 volts, 0. So when I press a button, it's gonna do nyang 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 nyang. And then when I turn it off, everything goes off. Let's go back to it. Inside here I have the starter and a relay, right? And as you see, this relay has this here. So this goes to constant power. So I'm gonna get one of those wires hanging in there, the red ones. I'm gonna bring it over and connect in here. It will be a dedicated connector, and this is going to be my trigger. So this goes to the negative, and this here goes to my button, that one that we were talking about, the 12 volt. So for now, the only thing I want to hear is the click. I'm not going to connect the power here. I'm going to connect this here to one of the trigger connectors. And where's the negative? I'm gonna use the same negative because it doesn't quite matter. Okay, so when I turn that on and press a button, we should hear a click in here, and this means that the starter would start. Yep. Can you hear? And that's it. Don't forget to add a relay. Relays are important because that little button wouldn't hold the amps that relay is using to work. What happens is you have 12 volt power going through the button, and the button triggers a relay. So that you're using almost nothing. You're just using the amount of amps that the button needs to have the light on and switches and all that stuff. 3 amps, 5 amps, you know, and you let the whole heavy load being dealt by the relay. That way you're safe. If something happens, the relay brakes. I also have fuses on the fuse block, which is on this side, and that's pretty much it. Alright, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There's a lot of videos coming. The car already run at this point, but I have some videos to put in order to have my playlists in certain order. But I'll see you on the subscription. Don't forget to hit the little bell button, because then you're gonna get little messages every time I post a video. And leave a little comment here if you have a different experience, or if this helps you or whatever. I'll be glad to answer. And later, guys.
Look past my face. See status. I mean, it's at McDonald's. 20 miles to